Sports update. Sports update. This is Sports Update with your humble host, NNM. We are about flying, we are about soaring. This is Sports Update on ADINKRA Multimedia. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that we are about soaring. We are bringing you the best of updates from the world of sports. So many wonderful games over the weekend. It's all about Mo Salah. The Egyptian king. Is it also about the Exodus at the Old Trafford? The unprecedented Exodus at the Old Trafford. Is it about the biggest scoreline of the weekend and of the season by Chelsea? Is it about Cristiano Ronaldo's frustration, pouring out all his anger on innocent Curtis Jones? To Paul Pogba's unpardonable red card? House of Folk awful loss. These and many more we're bringing you right here on Sports Update ADINKRA NY. You know, ADINKRA TV, ADINKRA Radio is here to give you nothing but the best. We are warming up. Get the feel. Call a friend to call a friend to call a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend that ADINKRA Sports Update is here. Hello, lovely people out there. Hello. Welcome back to another edition of ADINKRA Sports Update on ADINKRA Radio and ADINKRA TV NY. This is your humble host, Nina Maxwell. You can call me NNM. We are here to bring you nothing but the best. So many things happened over the weekend. So many wonderful games. So many mind-blowing results from all the league centers. So many heart attacks here and there. You know, for the first time we were able to witness the Exodus. I mean, I knew the Exodus was in the Bible, but this time around we witnessed the Exodus at Old Trafford. Game was being played right at the first half. Before even the second half, the fans started leaving the stadium. Because even before the second half, it was 4-0. So that was the Exodus. And then there was this awful and shambolic performance by Manchester United. Shambolic performance by Manchester United. Elsewhere, Chelsea recorded the biggest win of the season by scoring 7 goals against Norwich City. And then we also had a couple of games here and there. The El Clasico, of course, was on display. You know, we had Real Madrid beating Barcelona at the Camp Nou. You know, it was expected. You know, Barcelona is no bigger a team these days. You know, yeah, it was expected. But that wonderful performance by that boy Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. is taking over. He's taking over the wheel. He's taking over the wheel. And then for the first time in the Serie A, we saw Napoli dropping a point as they played a goalless draw with AS Roma. For the first time, Jose Mourinho has been the only man to take 2 points away from Napoli. So their 100% invincible run is no more. Even though they are still invincibles, no team has beaten them so far, but their 100% record is no more. These are many more we bring to you. And then on the local scene, we have Hearts of Folk being shredded into the tiniest particles by WAC of Morocco. 6-1. What? Oh my God. Well, some of us were expecting it. We were just throwing our support, but some of us were expecting it. This shows the difference. This shows the level of Ghana League, the Ghana Premier League. That is our level. Because you cannot be competing with teams you sell your best players to. No, you cannot be competing with them. Teams that spend as much as $1 million to buy a player. Others spend as much as $2 million to purchase a player. How much do you even take as your take home when you win the Ghana Premier League? How much? It's like $40,000. When a single team can use just $2 million to buy just a player, how do you compete such a team? So it was expected, even though we were all throwing our support here and there. Because talk of facilities, they are way ahead of us. Talk of sponsorship, they are way ahead of us. Good pitches, they are way ahead of us. Quality, they are way ahead of us. And to crown it all, they have had like 6, 7, 8 cups. Competitive cups. Their leagues are in session. They are playing week in, week out. But we are not playing. Our league is about to start. I think next week or this week, come Friday, that is when our league is about to start. So how do you compete with such a team? So it was expected. So like we do always, we will go into the local scenes and then we go into the international front, and then we come into I bring to you the nitty-gritties, and then later we see where we get to. But before that, we have introduced another segment of this show that we call Today in History. We want to go back to our roots. We want to know why certain things are being done in football. We want to know when certain teams came into being. We want to know where football started. We want to know the history behind some famous stadiums, some famous events that transpired years back. We want to visit the ancient books to know who we really are as far as our sporting activities are concerned. So we are going to so that's why we are bringing about this segment, Today in History. What happened today? Talking about the said date. So we are taking like 2 days past, like coming from Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. We see what happened years back as far as these dates are concerned. So we look at those, and then we just want to make this so as educative as possible, where football started, which team was the first professional club that was formed, which year it was formed, when the so-called, the English believe they were the propounders of football. So you want to know when they formed their English FA, and then the reason for the formation of the FA. And we even want to know the history about soccer. The Americans call it soccer, and we call it football. How did football come into being? Was it football initially? What was it before it became football? So we will go into this, and then we see how we'll learn. We'll learn. So this is another section or another segment we are integrating into what we have today. So like we always do, we take our motivational message, and after the motivational message, and then I'll bring you the headlines. After the headlines, we go into the nitty-gritties, and then we round it up. As simple as possible. So the motivational message, I bring you the headlines. After the headlines, I bring to you today in history. After today in history, then we go into the nitty gritties. Today, you can see that my mood is very down because I'm very, very angry. Today, I'm very, very, very angry. I'm not in a good mood. I'm not in a good mood at all, at all, at all. I'm not in a good mood today. Because Ghana football is on the decline. Ghana football is dying. Ghana football is dying. And I'm passionate about my country. Anytime I see any apathy towards national interest, I get so mad. So mad. So mad. Young talent in Ghana. Our leaders do not really care. We have such talent, such talent in Ghana. All we care is our personal interest. That is all we care about. What we gain. So if we don't care, how do we get the best to compete with the best? How do we? The president wants us to bring the CAF, African Cup of Nations, to Ghana. Yet, we don't have quality. How do we bring it to Ghana? And it's not like we don't have quality. We have the talent. But we are failing our youth over and over and over and over again. So many talents. Growing up, oh my God, I witnessed a lot of talent. Loads and loads of talent. But you see, nobody cares. Everybody wants already made materials. Nobody wants to invest into the future of these innocent young ones. Nobody. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Our leaders do not care. So we saw our level against Rock of Morocco. You see, it was not Hearts of Folk that was shredded or disgraced at the highest level. No, it was not Hearts of Folk. It was Ghana football. Ghana football. When did Morocco start playing football? When? When did Morocco start playing football? When? When did they start playing football? When we won 4 AFCONs, Morocco are nowhere. They were nowhere to be found. When did they start playing football? The 4 AFCONs we won was made of about 80 or 85% local players. Local players living in the country. Nobody cares. Now Morocco have done the right thing such that they are able to attract investors. Investors come in and a single team can spend as much as $1 million on a single player. How do you compete with such a team? How? Anyway, I'm not. In fact, I've started boiling. I've started boiling. But before I boil, let me bring to you today's motivational message before I boil, because I'm not not in a good mood today. Honestly speaking, I am not in the good mood today. After the motivational message, I will bring to you some secrets or some hard reality, hard truth of Ghana football. Hard truth of Ghana football. Do you know that the best players living in Ghana are not the players playing in our leagues? Do you know that? I'll bring it to you very soon. I'll bring it very soon. Just don't go away. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I just want to cool down a bit. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, so today's motivational message I bring to you: stop running away from your troubles. Stop running away from your problems. Stop running away. You have been a coward for far too long. The more you run away from your problems, the worse they become. The worse they become. You keep on aggravating and aggravating and aggravating the problems when you run away from the problems. For instance, for example, naturally, if you are being chased by a dog and the dog realizes that you are a coward and you start running, it's going to chase you the more. It's going to keep chasing you. It's going to chase you the more. It will never stop. The more we run away from these problems, the bigger they become. The bigger they become. You know, some people choose to take a lot of drinks, a lot of beer, a lot of wine, a lot of alcohol, trying to keep them calm. But after taking it in a while, you come back to square zero. And the problems begin to stare even harder at you in the face. It is time we face our fears. It is time we faced our problems. Now, look at that dog. When the dog started chasing you, immediately you decide to face the dog will halt. The dog will stop instantly. What comes into the mind of the dog? Has this guy switched into a defensive mechanism? What kind of defensive strategy is this guy taking? Then let me be careful. It's the same thing when it comes to our problems. And you know, one funny thing is that when you face the problem, you realize that the problem is not as huge as you thought they were. The problems are not as huge as you thought they were. But it's because you are seeing them as so. They keep on scaring you, appearing as bigger and as dangerous, as monstrous to you, because you keep running away. But once you face them, you realize that, oh, there is a way out. When the storm starts blowing, all the weakling birds start to run away. Your storm is your problem. But the eagle sees the storm as a stepping stone. So the eagle faces the storm, moves into the storm. Then the storm raises the eagle higher above any other bird. This time around, the eagle will not fly. The eagle will only flap the wings. Then it will start soaring. The same storm that was chasing the other birds is now lifting the eagle to a higher and a higher height to give it a better sight to catch its prey. Same thing applies to our problems. We never get better if things go on well. We learn as problems come our way. We get disciplined as things get to go worse. It is about time we started facing our problems. What is your problem? Is it debt? Is it sickness? Is it disappointment? Is it family? Is it relationship? Whatever your problem is, you got to face it. See your problem from the reality point of view. A problem identified is half solved. Yes, you were once a big man. Yes, you were once wealthy. Yes, you were once strong. But this is the reality. You are no more wealthy. You are no more strong. You are sick now. Accept it. See it from that point of view. And then start taking the necessary measures to mitigating the problem. Get proactive. You are the principal architect of your life, my brother. You are the principal architect of your life, my sister. Face the problem. You find solutions to it. Face the problems. You get to the root cause of it. Face it. And you'll bring it to an end. It is there to propel you to a greater height. Stop running away from it. Problems are there to take us to the next level. Stop running away from it. You can't keep running away from it, expecting it to go away. No. Face it, and you'll find solution to it. Face it, and you make your life better. All right. I know you have been touched. I know you have been moved. I know you have been inspired. All right, so that is it for our motivation of the day. So I want to bring you the headlines, and after the headlines, we go into today in history. Today in history, and after today in history, we shall talk about the nitty gritty of both the local scene and the international front. Okay, so for the headlines, obviously, the demolition of Accra House of Folk in Morocco. That is number one. And then two, CAF President Patrice Motsepe, on a 2-day working visit, pays a courtesy call to the Vice President of the nation, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And then we have Kurt Okleku, that is the president of the Ghana Football Association. Also, I think, engaged the referees for the coming league, or which will be starting on Friday, that is the 29th. And then he told them, he engaged them, and then he said a lot of things to them. So we shall go into details as far as that is concerned. And then, of course, coming Friday, the Ghana Premier League will be starting. And then last Friday, Kumasi Asante Kotoko returned from their trip in Dubai, getting ready for the impending league. Yeah, so I think that's what we have at the local scene. And then the international front, I think we all know what happened. A lot of things, we have had a lot of news as far as sports is concerned over the weekend, but we made the best choice for you. We want to make we made the best selection, for you. So we shall be talking about Manchester United. I know at this point in time, United fans don't want to be talked about. When my team is not playing well, sometimes I just don't want to listen to the radio. But sometimes you need to listen so that you gather your facts to help you, argue very well. And then sometimes you need to listen so that you know what's happening to your team. You need to listen. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. Okay, and then we shall look at Liverpool. We shall look at Chelsea a bit. We shall look at the El Clasico, even though it has lost that moral right, you know. Yeah, because the El Clasico is no more the El Clasico we used to know. Once upon a time, the El Clasico of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, Mesut Ozil, Iniesta, Xavi, Samuel Eto'o, Sergio Ramos, Luka Modric, you know, all these big games, all these big names, all these big names. Now you play the El Clasico and then it's like, you know, an average team that is playing, even though there are some good players here and there. But no more the El Clasico, though we used to know. But we shall still go into it. And then after that, we shall look at the man of the moment, Mo Salah. Mo Salah. Mo Salah. Mo Salah. This guy keeps on breaking records, keeps on making Africa proud. You know, this man is, the least said about Mo Salah, the better. So now I think people have started championing a cause for the Ballon d'Or for him, because currently in the world football, he is the most prolific forward, most clinical, most dangerous. He has scored more goals. He has created more chances. That is Mo Salah. So we shall talk about Mo Salah. And then most of our discussion today will center on our local league. You know, I told you I am so particular about that, because whatever affects Ghana affects me wherever I find myself. Wherever I find myself, whatever affects Ghana affects me. And we shall do due diligence to it. Due diligence to it. We shall discuss the matter to the heart, to the core. To the core, to the core. The stakeholders must do what is expected of them. We shall discuss this issue to the core. We shall discuss it to the core. And then after the game, you know, some players talked here and there, you know. So we shall go into their statements. And then some old players also said one or two things. We shall go into it. And then we shall look at the Derby d'Italia. The Derby d'Italia was Inter Milan Juventus. Inter Milan Juventus. It ended 1-1. We shall go into that. And then we'll look at Jose Mourinho's Roma against Napoli. It also ended goalless. So we shall look at that as well as many other stories. All right. But before we go into the nitty-gritties, let's look at today in history. Today in history. Today in history. What happened? What happened today some years back? So we are starting from the 24th, 25th, and 26th of October. 24th, 25th, and 26th of October. Did you know that Sheffield FC? Did you know that FIFA recognizes Sheffield FC as the oldest existing club still to be playing football in the world? Did you know that Sheffield FC is recognized by FIFA as the oldest existing club still to be playing football in the world? Sheffield FC. You know, at the genesis, the beginning, so many teams came on board. But along the line, some of them got dissolved. Some of them got sold. Some of them got different identities. But Sheffield FC has been Sheffield FC since their formation, and they still exist, and they are still competitive. Sheffield FC. They were formed in 1857, October 24th, 1857, in Yorkshire, England. Sheffield FC. 1857, October 24th, 1857, in Yorkshire, England. But currently, they are based in Dronfield, Derbyshire, in England. So the oldest club which is still playing, which still exists and is still playing, is Sheffield FC, formed in 1857 at Yorkshire, England. Many clubs came along the line. You know, even initially we knew Manchester United to be the Reds, the Red Devils. We knew Liverpool to be the Reds. We knew Chelsea to be West London Blue. We knew Arsenal to be North London. We knew Tottenham Hotspur to be West London White. So many names here and there. But Sheffield FC is still Sheffield FC since its formation. It has never changed. So it is the oldest existing club to be playing football in the world. Sheffield FC. We are going to the root. We are going to the core root. So today you know, if you never knew, today you know that Sheffield FC is the oldest existing club recognized by FIFA to be playing football in the world. 1857, Yorkshire, England. Currently, Dronfield, Derbyshire, England. That is Sheffield FC. All right. So that is it for Sheffield FC. And then the second gist for today in history is, did you know that soccer was not soccer? But it was a mixture with a certain sport. Did you know that? Did you know that soccer was separated from a different was separated with a different sporting discipline? Did you know that? Did you know that soccer and rugby were fused? In fact, they started together before they were splitted. Did you know that? Okay, today you know. That is why in some sections or some sessions of rugby, they had to put the ball down for them to kick it into the post. Yes, that originated from soccer. In the olden days, it was not only rugby, neither was it only soccer, but they were fused. So you'll be playing with your legs and you'll be grabbing the ball at the same time. You'll be using a lot of strength, blocking, pulling, jumping. So it is both hands and legs. We are here to give you nothing but the best. That is why we are here. We are here to give you nothing but the best. That is today in history for you. So rugby and soccer were together in the olden days. Even before the formation of the first recognized team, rugby and soccer were together. And after the evolution started, that they decided to get splitted, they splitted, all right. Football was being played, rugby was being played, but the FA, that is the standardization of soccer by England, that is the English FA, was not formed by them. So after teams splitted from rugby, after soccer splitted from rugby, and then teams started forming, or things were being formed, and they started playing each other for about a number of years. Then these teams came together and decided to form a football association. A football association. So before, it was not soccer. Neither was it rugby. But they were merged. Should I say they started merged before they were splitted? Well, some people wanted the hand to be out of the rugby game. Others wanted the leg to be out of the game. Well, they said, yo. For the rugby, we want to use both the hands and the legs at the same time. But we want the hands to dominate. And others also said, no, we want the legs to dominate. But even if we will use the hands, we want the goalkeepers, people to be in the post. They can use both their hands and legs. Well, the argument started. We want this, we want that, we want this, we want that. And then eventually, it came to a point where they all decided that, well, if you say you want your hands to dominate, then go and play your rugby. But we want the legs to dominate, and we will play our soccer. So that is why when you come to America, we have a different event apart from rugby they call American football. So when you come to America, when you say football, it is not soccer. It's different. Football is similar to rugby, but it's not rugby. Rugby is different. Alright? But football too, you use both the legs and the hands. But when you come to soccer, it's a different issue altogether. So these people decided to make it soccer. So soccer was formed out of a fusion. So rugby came out of that fusion, and soccer came out of that fusion. So did you know that after all these teams were formed, those who want to play soccer, definitely there was going to be, you playing each other, you want to have an association. So they decided to have an association. So in 1863, October 26th, now the English FA was formed to standardize soccer. So, well, even though it was splitted from each other with rugby, you could see that they have similar rules. All right? They had similar rules. So, they had to come together to make sure they have rules that are separate from rugby. That was what they wanted to do. And then finally, it happened that rugby was separated from soccer. And soccer was separated from rugby. That was what happened. So in 1863, in England, the English FA was formed to standardize soccer. So, another thing we need to know, that the English FA, the so-called propounders of world football, had their FA formed in October 26, 1863. October 26, 1863. October 26, 1863. So that is it for today in history. At least today we have learned something. We have learned something that Sheffield FC is the first existing club, is the oldest existing club to be recognized by FIFA, which are yet or still playing in world football. And then we also got to know that the English FA was formed in 1863. We also learned that rugby and soccer were once together before they both got splitted. So that is all for today in history. That is all for today in history. And now we are going into the nitty-gritties, starting from the local scenes. Let me start well. because the fire is going to start. The fire is going to start, you know. The fire is going to start. Accra House of Folk were shredded into the tiniest particle by WAC of Morocco last Sunday. That was just yesterday. After winning the first leg by a lone goal in Accra, Ghana. So everybody expected Accra House of Oak to go and then pull a fight in Morocco. But oh my God, it was a different story altogether. It was sad. So shameful and disgraceful to Ghana football. So shameful and disgraceful to Ghana football. So shameful and disgraceful to Ghana football. And we saw our level. Ghana football saw its level. That is where we belong. That is our level. We can never go. We couldn't have gone any further. That is our level. That is our level. The difference was super clear. The difference was super clear. Total dominance. Now, we are playing a team. Accra House of Folk was playing a team that has their league started already. They have played 6, 7, 8 games in their leagues. They have match fitness. That is number one. Number two, they are playing a team that is of highest quality as far as Accra House of Folk's quality is concerned, comparably. They are playing a team with a very good quality. With a very good quality. That is number two. They are playing a team which can buy a single player for about $1 million. Again, they are playing a team which comes to our league to take our best players to make them better. And again, they are playing a team which does not see any quality in the Ghanaian league. That team does not see any, they don't respect, they did not respect Accra House of Folk one bit. So how do you beat such a team? You are playing a league which has no sponsorship. You are playing a league with bad pitches all over. How do you compete such people? How do you compete them? When there is no sponsorship, there is no good pitches, there is no good stadia, there is no enabling environment. How do investors invest in this league? We are in a country where our leaders think about the Black Stars more than the youth, the young talent that are coming up. We are ready to fuse or put a lot of money into the Black Stars rather than helping build these talents to come and then play for the Black Stars? So if we do not start from the core roots to churn them, to nurse them, to groom them, and then to make them better, to compete with the best, how do they replicate such form into our national team? How do they? How do they? How do we expect? In fact, I have never supported. Yes, we have ways and means here and there where, they believe in the ways and means. I don't want to go deeper into that. That is why I believe that money is going to be given out. But if truth be told, if this is the state of Ghana football, and we go beyond it, we overlook it, and we pump such money into the Black Stars, then it's a shame. Innocent young talent, go into the neighborhoods, go around, you will see those talents, but yet they are not being taken care of. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Okay, I told you I was coming to give you a hard truth about Ghana football. Do you know that the best players in Ghana, best players living in Ghana, are not playing in the Ghanaian league? Do you know that? The best players are not playing in the Ghanaian league because nobody cares. So we have investors who have come into the country. They have created academies. They are fusing their monies into the academies, bringing these young ones out, stopping them from playing the Ghana League. Right from Ghana, they transfer them abroad straightforward. That is the business today. Because nobody cares about the league. So many academies around will groom players and they will sell them outright. So you see, these young players will go to countries like Turkey, like Belgium, like Canada, like even the United States. Because they come at that standard age, when they play to a certain level, they would want to naturalize to such countries. They don't want to play for Ghana. Because nobody cares. This is our level. So if you think the best players in Ghana are the ones playing in the Ghanaian league, then you must be joking. I tell you. Look at Fatawu Ishaq. He was living in Ghana. He never played for any Ghanaian league team. Now he is with Dreams FC because he is an underage who cannot sign a contract. So he will be due to sign the contract next year. So he had been loaned to Dreams FC to keep him fit, such that he gets to the level he can sign the contract and then he leaves the country. That contract is for Liverpool. This guy is going to Sporting Lisbon. But it is in actual terms, that contract is for Liverpool FC. So he will go to Lisbon, he will play some number of matches, and hopefully we will see him playing for the Reds. And if care is not taken, he would want to play for the English national team. So what facilities are we putting in place to make sure these young ones get the best and the best of assistance to make them better so that they replicate it in the national economy? What are we doing for these young ones? These young, innocent, up-and-coming ones. What have we done to make their lives better? To affect our lives as a society? What have we done? Nobody cares. So we have a Ghana FA and the FA president, and yet the Ghana Premier League has no sponsorship. And we have an FA president who buys into the idea of pumping such money into the Black Stars to get trophy for Ghana at the expense of the future of these innocent ones. If we win the trophy, what happens? Wouldn't it be better if we invest such money into the future of these ones to make them better, which will later reciprocate into our national interest? So are we only concerned about our personal and parochial interest? What is going on in Ghana? What is going on? These young ones are innocent. And God has blessed them with a lot and lots of talent. Some of them don't even know. We just need to groom them, to mold them, to shape them, for their talents to come out into play, for people to see that glory. You see, Senegal is not having those talents for fun. They have invested in their youth. So today, if you pick the Senegalese national team, they are a force to contend with, even globally. You have a team that has Edouard Mendy in post, the best goalkeeper in Europe last season. The last one season, the goalkeeper with the highest number of clean sheets. In the post, you have a defender in the shape of Kalidou Koulibaly, who is being chased in day in, day out by big teams in Europe, yet his team is not letting him go. Sadio Mane, Ismail Assar, Sheku Kouyaté. It is not by fun. They started somewhere. They put the future of these young ones at heart. This is what we want. This is what we are looking out for as a country. If the Black Stars wins the trophy, what happens? What happens? I plead, why not invest this money into grassroots football? Let's invest this money into the future of these young ones. The future, the future, the future. The future, posterity, is staring at us. These young ones need help. They need an environment, enabling environment, an avenue to express the beautiful inherent character, quality, entertainment that God has given them to affect our lives in a very, very positive way. So Ghana football is in shambles. Ghana football is in shambles. Big, big shambles. Big, big, big shambles. We have seen our standard. We have seen our level. Shatawale said, I know my level. So now we know our level. As Ghanaians, we cannot compete. We can't. We cannot compete. But it's not like we don't have the quality. It's not like we don't have talent. But our talents are being taken away from us because we don't care. We are playing a league where players playing the Premier League. Some players are earning as low as $200 a month. We are playing a league that has problem with pitches. We are playing a league that our best players are being taken by our competitors on the continent. How do we compete? Most of the leagues in Africa have started. They are playing. Yet we have not even started our league. And you expect Accra House of Folk to match Rock of Morocco boot for boot? That's their level. They couldn't have done any better. They couldn't have done any better, my bro. That's their level. That's their level. It is about time we put the future of these lads at heart. It is about time we put the future of these young ones at heart. At the long run, we are going to benefit. So Accra Folk lost by 6-1 to Rock of Morocco to end their run in their Champions League. Well, they have a chance to go to the Confederations Cup, but we'll see about that as it unfolds. But for the Champions League, they don't have quality to compete. They don't have quality to compete. No, they don't have quality to compete. They can't compete. They can't compete. They just can't compete. As simple as that. They just can't compete. Accra House of Folk can't compete. As simple as that. As simple as that. All right. Enough of that. The more we talk about that, the more aggravating the whole issue becomes. So let's put it down, and then let's look at the next stories. We are only hoping our leaders will do what's best. We're only hoping our leaders will do what's best. We need our leaders to help these young ones. Let's invest in the league. Let's draw our attention to the league. Let's make the environment fertile for the young ones to exude their talents. Patrice Motsepe, CAF's president, on a 2-day working visit, paid a courtesy call to the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mamadou Bawumia. So when he got to the Vice President said one or two things to the president, to the CAF president. So number one, Dr. Mamadou Bawumia said if there was VAR in 2010, of course, Ghana would have made it to the semi-finals and possibly to the final. So he charged the CAF president to make sure the VAR is integrated in our leagues across the continent, so that we also benefit from what is going on in Europe and the other continents. So it was a good one. And again, the Vice President of the Republic charged the CAF president to financially improve CAF's inter-club competitions to make it competitive. So he charged Patrice Motsepe to financially improve the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederations Cup to make it competitive. That was what Dr. Mamadou Bawumia said. And we know that the prize money for the CAF Champions League is $2 million. $2 million. $2 million. So look at this. The prize money for the CAF Champions League is $2 million. And you have a team in Africa who can buy a player for as much as $1 million. Just for one player. How do they raise the money? From investors. From sponsorship. That is how they raise the money. From good stadia. That allows good attendance. That is how they make the money. From TV rights. That's how they make the money. It is not too late. We can still learn. We can still learn. Oh yes, the Vice President is charging. Oh, he's charging the CAF president to improve the CAF club competitions financially. That's a good one. But Mr. Vice President, my humble plea, we also want you to improve our Premier League financially. Improve the standard of our Premier League so that our best players will stay in the league. Improve on the facility, the pitches, the stadia, so that we get the quality of football in the country. Make subsidies to clubs to make movement easy as they travel from one region to the other. We are also besieging, it's a humble plea, besieging our Vice President. Our league is suffering. Our league is sick. Kurt Okleku Mante engaged the Ghanaian referees for the impending league. And then they had some discussions. And then after the discussion, during the discussions, okay, I think there were some divergent views here and there. So Kurt told the referees that we all have visions and we all have one common vision. Our vision is to help the football in Ghana grow. As simple as that. But we all have different means of getting to our vision. However, I am the president of the federation. Even though you have visions and you have ways of championing those visions, your visions must adhere to my vision. Because I am the head. So you must support my vision. So that was what he told the referees. And he said, I believe in my vision because my vision is that which is carrying us all. So you got to believe in my vision. That was what Ket Okreku told the referees. All right. So for the in relation to the impending league, they had some, meetings here and there, and then Kurt told the referees what he feels and then believes will help both parties in the discharge of their duties. And then finally, at the local scene, Kumasi Asante Kotoko is back from their trip in Dubai. And then they landed last Friday in Ghana. And they are getting ready for the coming league. Alright, so that is all for the local scene. I told you the majority of our news or our update or our nitty-gritty chunk of it will be on the local scenes. And then this is what we believe. This is what we see. This is what we want to be done. Our league is sick. It's very, very sick. And we want a remedy for this ailment. We want a remedy. That's our level. So now we know our level. So in the international front, where else and what else will we talk about if not Liverpool and Manchester United? The fiercest rivalry in football in England. Yes, we have Chelsea, Arsenal. That is the North London derby and a rivalry over there. We also have, recently we even have Chelsea, Manchester United. That rivalry. But the fiercest rivalry is Manchester United and Liverpool. And yesterday, was a Black Sunday for Manchester United supporters. It was a Black Sunday. For the first time, fans were leaving the Old Trafford, even at halftime. For the first time in so many years, Manchester United have conceded 5 goals against their fiercest rivals. Yes, they have conceded 4 before. They have conceded 3 before. To make it worse, they conceded it at the Old Trafford. Unprecedented. Shambolic performance by Manchester United. They made Liverpool look like the best team in the world because of their abysmal performance. To tell you what, even Norwich gave Chelsea a match. Norwich City gave Chelsea a match. They gave Chelsea a level of competition. easy for Liverpool. You don't see any system. There is no system being played. There is no defensive organization. There is no pattern of play. There is no tactic, no intensity, tactical awareness, zero, cohesion, nowhere to be found, agility, telepathy, nothing. Playing with no drive, no hunger, no pride. For crying out loud, can't you even play with pride as players to grind the results? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I said it time and time again. The Manchester United is like a dinner that is set and there is nobody to dine. Nobody to dine on the table. Nobody to dine. You know, when you say this, Manchester United fans don't want to listen. Because always we are talking about them. Now listen, the league is over for them. The league is over for them. After 9 games, the league is over for Manchester United. And I tell you, it's going to be worse. Because the next game is against Manchester City. You know, over the years, Manchester United will not play well. But when they play against the big teams, they always show some pride. But yesterday was 0. It was 0. Gradually, no, the coach has lost the dressing room. As simple as that. He has lost the dressing room. After the Leicester game, Paul Pogba was so honest. And for that reason, he was not included in yesterday's squad. Why would you have a player in the shape of Paul Pogba and then keep him at the bench? The defense was so awful. It lacks organization. It lacks cohesion. It lacks positioning. The players don't know how to position themselves. They didn't know how to tackle. They didn't know how to... Oh. Mo Salah was just moving in and out. Yet again, their best player was David De Gea. Yet again, the issue about Bruno Fernandes failing to show up in big games popped up. This is Manchester United. They should be careful. Because the last time Arsenal won the league was in 2003. It's 18 years now. The last time Manchester United won the league was 2013. 8 years now. Arsenal is only trailing 10 years from Manchester United. And it's not far away. This is serious. And it's about time the board gets proactive. They need a coach. You see, these legends are being hypocrites to my liking, especially Paul Scholes. After the game, he was saying Paul Pogba is not fit to play for Manchester United. Or Manchester United can even go without Paul Pogba, even if he decides to go. You are talking about a player forgetting a player of a good quality, forgetting about the coach who is not able to bring the best out of the player. What players haven't Ole been given? What quality hasn't he been given? Since the exit of Sir Alex Chapman-Ferguson, the longest serving coach at United is Ole. People think he just came not long ago. He has served more than Louis van Gaal. He has served more than David Moyes. He has served more than Jose Mourinho. And yet, he is the one who is not performing. And he has had the best of players of all these managers. Yet, he still has the backing. Yes, he still has the backing. It is about time they salvaged the team. United need to be proactive. There are coaches out there. Yes, you are our legend. We know your status, but we believe, no, you cannot, at this moment, you just need to pull the brakes, and then let's get somebody else. Yes, you are a good player, you are a good coach, but maybe we might need your assistance in the future. So we need a different manager to help solve or salvage the situation. As simple as that. I know Manchester United fans who are saying, if Ole says he loves the club, if he says he's a club legend, and he wants the best for the club, he should resign. He has lost the dressing room. You have lost the dressing room. The players are not playing for you. Can't you see? It is time you moved on, Ole. Enough of Manchester United. But do you know that the heaviest defeat Manchester United ever got against Liverpool was 4-1. That was March 2009. The heaviest defeat they got from their fiercest rivals, their bitter rivals, was 4-1. March 2009. And do you know that only 4 players have scored hat-trick against Manchester United since the inception of the Premier League? Only 4 players have scored a hat-trick against Manchester United. It means Manchester United has not been conceding more goals. They are not being beaten more like outrageous score lines. Yes, we know they were being beaten by 6-1 by City at the Etihad. But between they and their biggest rival, that is Liverpool, the highest defeat they suffered was 4-1. And it was at Anfield, March 2009. And then only 4 players have scored a hat-trick against Manchester United since the Premier League era. The first player was David Bentley. It was between Manchester United and Blackburn Rovers. And he scored the game took place in February 2006. In February 2006. February 2006. And then the second player was the Kite. You know the Kite. I know so many. You remember the Kite right here. The Kite, that blonde Dutch player, and that was in March 2010, and it was 3-1 at Anfield. March 2010, it was 3-1 at Anfield. And then the third player was Samuel Eto'o. January 2014, that defeat they suffered against Chelsea at the bridge. And then the fourth player was Lukaku. That was May 2013 at Hawthorn, when Lukaku was playing for West Bromwich Albion in that 5-5 thriller against Manchester United. So these four players, David Bentley, the Kite, Samuel Eto'o, and Romelu Lukaku, were the players who have scored hat-trick against Manchester United in the Premier League era. And now the fifth player has been who else? Mo Salah. Who else? Mo Salah. The Egyptian king. He's the only player now, after David Bentley, after Romelu Lukaku, to score a hat-trick against Manchester United. The Egyptian king. Mo Salah has scored 10 goals out of 10 games consecutively this season for the first time. And the first player in Liverpool history to do that since the formation of Liverpool. Since Liverpool was formed, no player has scored in 10 consecutive games for Liverpool but Mo Salah, the Egyptian king. No player, no Liverpool player, not Steven Gerrard, not Fernando Torres, not the great Kenny Dalglish. Mention them. But Mo Salah, the Egyptian king, he has scored 107 Premier League goals, the most of all African players to have ever plied their trade in the English Premier League. Didier Drogba scored 104. Sadio Mane has scored 100 goals. But Mo Salah has scored 107. 89 less. 89 games less against Didier Drogba. Didier Drogba played more games to get 104 games. He played with 89 games less and has scored 107 goals. Mo Salah. Out of 12 games, tell me, Mo Salah has scored 15 goals out of 12 games this season. 15 goals out of 12 games this season. That's Mo Salah. And you don't want us to talk about it? This chap has been so phenomenal. He needs to be celebrated. We need to talk about Mo Salah because he is one of our own. You know, you think Mo Salah is not getting the hype because he's not a European, because he's not from England, because he's not from England. Mo Salah is the first away player to score a hat-trick at Old Trafford for over 18 years, since Ronaldo did for Real Madrid back in April 2003. Ronaldo de Lima was the one who came to the Old Trafford to score a hat-trick back in the year 2003. But in the Premier League, no player has gone to the Old Trafford and had scored 3 goals against Manchester United since the inception of the Premier League. So all those 4 players I talked about had hat-tricks against Manchester United, but that was away from the Old Trafford. But this time around, this guy went to the Old Trafford, scored 3 goals and made assists. Already people are saying he deserves the Ballon d'Or. Because currently in world football, you dare not talk about any player than Mo Salah. Yes, Lewandowski is playing. Yes, Haaland is playing. Yes, we have Neymar. Yes, we have Messi. Yes, we have Kylian Mbappe. Ronaldo is pulling here and there. But the one who has taken the wheel by storm is Mo Salah, the Egyptian king. He deserves all the accolades. He deserves all the praises. He deserves all the chants. He deserves everything. Everything that he's going through now. He deserves it. He deserves it. And he said he has no plan leaving the Anfield. But well, nobody even thought of Cristiano Ronaldo coming back to Manchester United at this time. But finally, he found himself at Manchester United. And now, Liverpool is hot. Liverpool is hot. Liverpool is hot. But well, the question is, was Liverpool that exceptional? Or Manchester United played so badly? Because they did not give Liverpool competition whatsoever. No link between the midfield and the attack. There is no hunger up front. You don't see intensity. You don't see, there is no press. There is nothing. The midfield was disjointed to the top. There was nothing going on. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we all have to do nothing but to give this guy all that he deserves. He deserves. He has taken world football by storm. He's enjoying his games. He's playing with all passion, with all joy. I just don't know what to say again. Yes, I wish Mo Salah plays for my team. But once he's an African, we will support him to the core. He's our own. I'll be very, very happy if Mo Salah is adjudged the winner of the Ballon d'Or. I'll be very, very happy. Because he deserves it. I know everything is inclusive. Everything going on is inclusive. And if that's what we are also looking at, then he deserves it. We have seen moments when people thought Ballon d'Ors are for certain players, and some players just showed in 2-3 games and they are given the Ballon d'Or. We have seen instances between Schneider and Lionel Messi, when in 2010 everybody knew it was Schneider's Ballon d'Or. Everybody knew it. But Lionel Messi, after playing 1, 2, 3 games, was adjudged the best player in Europe, won the Ballon d'Or. We saw instances in 2012, in 2013, where everybody knew it was going to be Frank Ribery. Everybody knew it was Frank Ribery. Everybody. I expected Frank Ribery to win. But after a single game between Portugal and Sweden, Cristiano Ronaldo scoring a hat-trick, he was adjudged the winner of the Ballon d'Or. So we have seen instances here and there. So if that is the case, then the Mo Salah has a case. If that is the case, Mo Salah has a case. We are all rallying behind him. He deserves it. Mo Salah deserves it. Mo Salah deserves it. It's because he's not a European. But we know what he's doing in world football now. He deserves it. Elsewhere at the bridge, it was a training session between Chelsea and Norwich. You know, Chelsea thrashed Norwich by 7-1. You see the players, coming into play, showing what they can do. Young lads with lots of potentials. I'm happy Hudson-Odoi scored from the Ghanaian perspective. He scored, he created, beautiful. He even scored 2, but they gave it as an own goal. So, that's a good one. We saw Mason Mount on a hat-trick. Ben Chilwell scoring and stuff. So, they won by 7-1, the biggest scoreline of the season. And then the El Clasico came into play. It was at the Camp Nou, and then it wasn't a bad game. It was okay. And it ended 2-1. David Alaba with his first goal for Real Madrid. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal. And it ended 2-1. Vinicius Jr. came into play. We also saw Vinicius Jr. playing. Vinicius Jr., that guy has a lot of quality. I think we have to have a close look at him. He's showing what he can do now. I think Carlo Ancelotti has given him so much confidence to operate. And he's doing a yeoman's job. Elsewhere, in Italy, we saw the Derby Italia between Inter Milan and Juventus. It ended 1-1. I don't know, Juve are on a one-goal project. Juve is not scoring, and they are not losing after a few losses. They are not losing either. They are not scoring so much goals, but if they score one goal, they can hold it till the end. But this time around, it was a 1-1 draw with Inter Milan. Inter Milan. Simeone Inzaghi's Inter Milan. And then after that, we have Napoli and AS Roma. Jose Mourinho was red carded in the game. Funny enough, Luciano Spalletti also was red carded at the dying ends of the game. Very funny. It ended goalless. For the first time, Napoli had dropped 2 points. For the first time. They are still invincible. They have not been defeated. So we'll see if they can hold that invincibility to the end of the season. Liverpool is still invincible. Liverpool has not been beaten either. Let's see if they can also hold their invincibility to the end of the season. So, yeah. I think that's all. All too soon. This is what time will permit us. We have come to another to the end of another edition of Sports Update on ADINKRA TV and ADINKRA Radio NY. Unfortunately, today, Mr. Daniel Angwa couldn't be with us. He had an emergency he had to attend to. And hopefully on Wednesday, he will be with us. He will be with us here on Wednesday. So I just want to say thank you very much for your audience. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being with the show. And then I'll beseech you to keep sharing the show. Keep sharing, keep liking, keep liking. Make us your number one. Make us your number one. We are here to serve you. We are here to give you nothing but the best. We are here to give you nothing but the best. So like I always say, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Call a friend to call a friend to call a friend. Until then, till we meet next week, Nina Maxwell is my name. You can call me NNM. See you on Wednesday. Stay safe.